Yo, welcome back to more Tsukihime. So we are just gradually getting into Kohaku's route here. Not too much to say. I think from the last time I played, we already have seen an instance of possibly a swapping, of Kohaku taking Hisui's role. Particularly that she was up at night and she's like, oh, I woke up my sister and oh, I've got this medicine. It's like, it's we're already kind of seeing that. So which is crazy. So hopefully we can lead Shiki down the path to be able to tell that they swap, because apparently at that point Kohaku would have dropped the plan entirely. I would assume her saying that at the end of Hisui's route would lead into what's going on here in this route. What really got me excited for this, just how much was dropped at the end of Hisui's and then going to this just insanity. Hopefully we can return the ribbon to her and all that jazz with Yumizuka. We're going to see if it goes like in Hisui's route. I imagine it would. But just the choices we make with Kohaku just divert us in that direction. But who knows? Who knows what's all going to be different or the same? Let's just keep going. Shiki-sama. There's a voice calling me. Please remain strong. I shall bring you something to drink. I sense the presence receding. Footsteps. It makes me realize that it is morning now. I open my eyes. There isn't anyone else in my room. I hear something ragged. What is that noise? Speaking, I realize that it was my own breathing. Huh? My body is drenched in sweat. A tiredness suffocates me as if I had just ran a long marathon. Oh yeah, and this dream in particular with to do with Yumizuka is like, yeah, because I remember that's what it. Oh boy, my head hurts because I saw that hideous dream. Yumizuka painted with blood and I staring at her in envy. A complete nightmare. There's something wrong. I managed to say this much, still breathing hard. Last night's dream still lingers in my head. It really was a horrific nightmare. I was just blanked out in my dream as if I couldn't rouse myself from the nightmare if I tried. Shiki-sama. And then, Hisui rushes into my room. Hisui? Something happened. You didn't even knock. Are you awake, Shiki-sama? Yeah, I just got up. Good morning, Hisui. Thanks for coming to wake me. Yes. Good morning. Returning my greeting apologetically, Hisui approaches the bed. I brought you something to drink. You do not appear well, so please drink it. Looking at it, it seems like she brought a drink on a silver tray like she did yesterday. I don't really feel bad or anything. I slept soundly and I feel refreshed. But Hisui stares at me. You seemed to be in a very poor state earlier. Shiki-sama, does the scar on your chest not hurt? No, not really. Well, it may be because of that terrible dream. I was really having quite a nightmare. I feel dizzy just remembering it. Hisui looks intently at my face. I see. Hisui, you woke me up. Yes, I am deeply sorry. What are you saying? Thanks, Hisui. You really helped me a lot. I really do mean that from my heart. If she hadn't woken me, I might still be trapped inside that awful nightmare. I'll change and go to the dining room. Thanks for everything, and for giving me this drink. Sorry about that. No, you do not need to apologize. I will wait for you in the sitting room. Hisui silently leaves the room. To be honest, I really am quite moved. I thought she was truly without emotions, but she may just be poor at expressing them. She was so distressed over me having a nightmare, it makes me smile imagining her in such a hurry. Maybe it isn't that hard to see Hisui smile. Well, time to get up. I throw off the sheets and get up. In that instant, pain explodes through my body. Gah! It's from a much deeper place, aching with my heartbeat. Clenching the sheets, I somehow weather the pain. It fades away. There's nothing lingering. Perhaps just a sudden fit? Chest wound. I bring my hand over my chest. There's a great scar there, and even though it has healed at times, it still hurts like it did just now. The doctor said the physical wound is healed, but that the mind must be replaying the pain over and over again. It's all in my head. Usually the scar begins throbbing after I see a traffic accident or a dead body. I think that song literally popped into my head the last time I saw that line in the last route. Great song, Nelly, Tim McGraw. Yes. The image of blood or death must make me recall the accident 8 years ago. Because of last night, I guess. The red back alley. And the normal smiling face of Yumizuka. My chest hurts. The image of Yumizuka doesn't leave my mind. But I don't know what I should do, what I can do. I can only live my everyday life. Shit. Swearing at myself, I roll out of bed. Or shit. After changing out of my pajamas and into my school uniform, I head to the sitting room. Some words are awkward to divide with the ellipses. So, like the middle ground, I just elongate the word. It kind of works there with shit, but Akiya and Hisui are in the sitting room. Kohaku-san is probably in the kitchen cooking my breakfast. Good morning, Nissan. Sitting on the sofa, Akiya greets me and looks at my expression. Hold on, give me a sec. Ah, good morning, Akiya. Returning her greeting, I head to the dining room. There really isn't that much time for me to stay and chat with Akiya. I don't really feel like talking to anyone at all. Nissan, I would like to speak with you a little. Is that alright? That's fine, but please make it short since I don't have much time. I sit on the sofa across from her. Then I will get straight to the point. Nissan, where did you go last night? Akiya looks directly at me as she asks. Kohaku-san probably did keep it a secret, but I guess it wasn't possible to hide being gone for 2 hours. Nothing. Just went for a walk in town. Sorry for getting back late, but it's no big deal. Since I don't want to lie to Akiya, I answer as evasively as possible. Just walking the streets is something. You are still a minor, so please do not wander out late at night. Even if you weren't, there have been a lot of disturbances going on. Disturbances. The killer skulking around town at night. Why? Why didn't I realize it? The killer that murders people and drinks their blood. That phrase perfectly matches Yumizuka's behavior yesterday. I shouldn't have to say this, but you shouldn't strain your body. If you come back with an exhausted face like last night's again, I'll get worried. If you're in trouble, please tell me. I may not be able to do much, but if you could. I don't want to think about it, but Yumizuka. Yumizuka could be the killer terrorizing the town. Nissan, are you listening to me? Yeah, I'm listening. I hear Akiya's voice, but the only thing in my mind is the image of Yumizuka from yesterday. Akiya glares at me. So you can't talk about your situation, Nissan? Yeah, it has nothing to do with you, Akiya. Right now I can think only of Yumizuka. I want to be alone, and so I said that. You're going to keep going your own way, is that what you're saying, Nissan? I understand. Well, please feel free. If that's what you want, Nissan, I'll do the same. Akiya stands and walks out to the lobby. Man, I'm just thinking of Hisui's route, how she just took that, like, with everything still happening to Shiki and what's probably still going to happen to Shiki this route, whatever the hell is going to happen this route. Just the fact that Akiya just took it upon herself, went out, used her powers with Kohaku's help, but was just beating the shit out of Shiki. But it's crazy, it's all according to Kohaku's plan. Oh man, I can't wait, I just gotta keep going. Akiya stands and walks out to the lobby. Shiki-sama, is this acceptable? Acceptable? Is what acceptable? I believe Akiya-sama is deeply concerned about you, Shiki-sama. But I think it is difficult for her since she does not often talk about her feelings. I know, but right now my head's full and I do feel sorry. Hisui falls silent. Shiki-san, breakfast. Kohaku-san's voice can be heard from the dining room. I stand up and head towards it. Shiki-sama, around what time will you be returning today? Since today's Saturday, no. It'll probably be in the evening. There's something I want to look for. It's going down tonight. I understand. Please take care until then. She bows deeply. After Hisui sees me off, I leave the mansion. There was no point coming to school. Yumizuka Satsuki was treated as an absentee and no one seemed to be the slightest bit concerned about her. Time passed without my realizing it. Perhaps Harihiko or Ciel-senpai came by sometime, but I don't really remember. Noon comes and school ends. I have no idea, but I still have to look for Yumizuka. Uh-huh. The sun sets. Even after running everywhere in town, there's no sign of Yumizuka Satsuki anywhere. Gah. I bite my lip angrily. But it's not anger over not finding her. 2 days ago. I'm mad at myself for promising such a thing in the first place. Help me when I'm in a pinch, okay? Yumizuka said that, and I answered lightheartedly. I would help as much as I could. Such an irresponsible answer. There's really nothing I can do. She said it hurt. I can't even find Yumizuka, painfully suffering in the cold darkness. The sun is setting. I don't want to admit it, but maybe I can only find Yumizuka after nightfall. I told Hisui I'd be back in the evening. Perhaps it's too early. I'll go back to the mansion and calmly think this through. Welcome home, Shiki-sama. Hisui was waiting in the lobby. I'm back. Hisui, where's Akiya? Akiya-sama has not returned yet. Since she shall be late, we are to have supper first. I see. I'll be resting in my room until dinner, so I'll head to the dining room when it's time. Yes, please rest until I call you. I turn my back to the bowing Hisui and walk towards my room. After supper, I sit down on my bed. The clock's hands show 9 o'clock. Since leaving the mansion after 8 is forbidden, I cannot go outside any longer. But that's merely a rule. If I feel like it, I can easily go outside. Bye-bye. See you at school tomorrow, Tono-kun. What am I thinking? It's just foolish. I just can't comprehend what's happening to Yumizuka. I do realize she is the vampire serial killer causing all these incidents in town. But still, I cannot forget her last words she said in the sunset on our way home. Before I realize it, it's almost midnight. Lost in thinking about what I should do, I've passed some of the night wide awake. Shiki-sama, are you awake? Hisui's voice. Why is she up this late at night? I'm up, but why, Hisui? Yes, I was unsure, but if you were awake, I thought that I should tell you. Tell me what? Just a while ago, a call came for you, Shiki-sama. The message was that I'll be waiting in the park. Phone call this late at night? Yes, the call ended before I could ask for a name, so I was unsure if I should tell you, Shiki-sama. No, this doesn't require any thought. That phone call had to have been from Yumizuka. Thanks, but it's a little late, so I'll wait until tomorrow. She's one of my classmates, so I'll see her tomorrow. That is not true. There's something wrong with smiling like that with such a strained face. Uh-huh. Stupid, I'm not lying at all. Fine, I won't go out this late at night. Akiya would get mad and you would get in trouble, so there's no reason for me to do that. Hisui descends into silence. The conversation between us dies. Shiki-sama, please do not push yourself too hard. No, I'm not pushing anything. I'll go to sleep, so please go back to your room. Hisui just looks at me. Well, good night. Not being able to endure her stare, I slam the door. Sheesh. Can't hide anything from Hisui. Dude, I am examining every interaction with, like, I just don't know. I take my, like, are they switched? Like, that is the worst twist for me, because now I'm like, fuck. And because knowing, like, Kohaku is, like, pushing events to happen to, like, how she needs it to go. It's just, I don't know. I don't know. I take my knife out of the drawer. I'm just re-examining everything. I don't intend to necessarily use it, but I just feel better with it by my side. The park? Why would she call me out at this hour? Muttering, I think back to those foolish tales. Vampires can only move about during nighttime. So supposing that's true, then Yumizuka didn't call me out at this hour. It's more like if it wasn't this hour, then she couldn't call me at all. Sorry, Hisui. Even I think I'm stupid. You told me not to strain myself, but I can't just sleep like this. Apologizing to the empty room, I quietly leave the mansion. I rest my body, burning from all the running. It's almost midnight. The park located off of the main road. Because of the serial killings these past several days, there's not a soul to be seen around here. Thump. My heart beats loudly. My throat dries up from the tension. If the phone call that Hisui received was from Yumizuka, then she has to be waiting there for me. The park is empty at night. There isn't a sound under the moonlight. I don't know why, but a chill runs through me. Psst. The back of my head numbs. A horrible chill as if my body freezes to my fingertips. I try to catch my breath. In contrast to my cold body, my throat is scorching. It's dry with thirst. I put my hand in my pocket. I just wanted a blade in my hand. Why? Just a faint headache. A low temperature. My mind is cool like ice. Something is strange. This park, it feels like something bad is around here. Sorry, I had to fix something on my mic really quick. I think my volume accidentally lowered. Just what am I afraid of? I shake the headache off and walk deeper in. There's no one around. A terribly dark and lonely place to meet someone. Someone is crouched, breathing raggedly. Her face pale white as she scratches her throat in pain. Without a doubt, it is Yumizuka Satsuki. Yumizuka? Her figure is tormented. Without a thought for what happened last night, I run towards her. Wait. Yumizuka stops me with just a word. Wait, Shiki-kun. I'm glad you came, but I don't want you any nearer right now. Please don't come any closer. Her breathing looks painful. Her body convulses as she speaks, as if she's about to collapse any second now. Don't be stupid. I'm not going to leave someone looking as painful as you alone. Also, yep, we didn't see Ark. Just because I forgot to point that out. No, I'm okay. You came, so I'm fine now. Forcing herself up, Yumizuka smiles at me. What's going on, Yumizuka? Why haven't you been home? What was that about yesterday? Why, that... That what? That you know what I'm talking about. If you mean yesterday, well, you saw what happened. I told you, I killed those people, didn't I? She answers frankly. It's almost as if she's laughing at my feelings of denial. Then the recent killings in town were all you're doing, Yumizuka? Oops, sorry. Jank mic fixing, pardon me. I don't like to say it, but that's the way it is, yeah. What the hell do you mean that's the way it is? It's just the way it is.
I killed those people and I'll keep on doing the same thing. I can't just lie about it, can I?
Yumizuka, you...
Please, stop calling me that. I'm calling you Shiki-kun, so it's only fair for you to call me by my first name too.
What? I take a deep breath. Yumizuka's still like before. Even though she acts like she used to, she says some pretty scary things.
When I think about it, I look foolish. I could never talk to you like this for all the years I watched you from afar.
Yumizuka?
I was always watching you, Shiki-kun. Even before I was saved in that warehouse, I was always watching you. I'm really a coward. I always just agreed with the people around me and smiled when it seemed right.
Following the script.
Before I knew it, everyone was treating me like an idol. So school wasn't fun for me. But that changed after you talked to me in the second year of junior high, Shiki-kun.
Eh?
Nah, it's not something you'd remember. How can I put it? You were always natural, never showing off. Probably you didn't even think about what you said back then.
What can I say? Just as Yumizuka says, I remember nothing. I don't know what I said to her or even if I had talked to her back then.
It's okay. Don't make a face like that. You were only hanging out with Inui-kun, so it was normal for you to ignore other classmates. But that was okay. I was happy just being in the same class as you, Shiki-kun.
But maybe I made it a little too loud. Smidgen down.
It was my goal to talk to you and let you call me Yumizuka-san. Now that I think about it, it was too small of a wish.
She recalls nostalgically. Those ancient days. Like she is remembering something that happened a long time ago.
I was always watching you. I know you'd never notice me, but I watched you anyway.
Well, to be honest, I'm happy, but...
Do you like me, Shiki-kun?
How can I answer her right now? Oh. Have I done this one yet? I don't think so. Maybe I have? I haven't. Okay. I'm not looking at the guide anymore, but I'm pretty sure I can pick that. Yumizuka, I can't answer. Maybe this makes me a horrible person, but those are my true feelings. I never had any special feelings for my classmate, Yumizuka Satsuki. I'm only here because what happened on the way home 2 days ago left such an impression on me, I couldn't just forget about it.
I thought so. You never even knew I existed, so you couldn't have fallen in love with me.
Oh dear. On the last time I will see this scene, the last time in my playthrough, this is how I'm doing it. God damn, dude. Ah! Yumizuka's body trembles. Breathing painfully, she falls to her knees. A choking sound. Squatting on the ground, Yumizuka coughs heavily and she spits out a lump of blood. Yumizuka! This time I do rush near her. Yumizuka, are you okay? Yumizuka! I put my hand on her heaving shoulder. Ah! I feel a chill. Even through her clothes, I can feel the coldness of her body. Stupid, you're freezing. What are you doing out in the open on a night like this?
Shiki-kun.
Her voice is hollow as she says my name. Yumizuka collapses against me. As she pants, her warm breath brushes my skin. Yumizuka?
It's okay if you don't like me, Shiki-kun. Because I really didn't understand you at all until now either.
Yumizuka speaks as she coughs. It's alright, don't talk. I'll take you to a hospital.
But I understand now who you are and what you want to do.
Oh dear.
I really understand now. Because...
Yumizuka's arm tenses. With amazing strength, she digs into my shoulder.
Because I became like you, Shiki-kun.
Saying that, Yumizuka sinks her teeth into my neck. Fading. My consciousness is fading. Yumizuka's fangs dig into my neck. I'm being drained, as if all the life in my body is liquefied and sucked out. Yeesh. Without strength, there are no thoughts, so my consciousness is not fading. It's simply being destroyed. There are no thoughts. I know I'll die if I stay like this, but I can't even kill this woman. All the same, from somewhere beyond my mind, my blood begins to boil. Yumizuka. Both my arms push her back out of pure reflex. She falls right on her behind. I stand up. But I can't. I'm so exhausted I can barely even lift an arm. Yumizuka sits as if in a drunken stupor. I can't see her face clearly. Everything dims as my consciousness fades. I can't control my body either. All that exists is the pain in my neck. Blood gurgles forth. Yumizuka's teeth marks remain in my neck. Through those two deep holes, something black is being poured into my body. A pain as if my spine is about to be ripped out. In pain, I claw at the ground. But there is no relief. I cannot move since Yumizuka has drained everything out of me and the pain pours into me like a black snake. I cannot move, so the black thing crawls and twists as it pleases inside me. I clutch at the ground. With glazed eyes, Yumizuka looks at me. Yumizuka, what have you...
It's okay. It only hurts at first. First it hurts, but when the blood mixes, it should die down. Don't worry, I won't kill you. I poured my blood in properly so you won't collapse and crumble away like those failures last night. You will only look at me from now on.
Yumizuka whispers joyfully. What are you talking about, Yumizuka?
I'm saying that I'm making both of us the same, Shiki-kun. Sucking people's blood instead of eating normal food, nocturnal, unable to walk under the sun. You're going to be a different creature.
But is that ridiculous? That's just like...
Yeah, like a vampire. I didn't really understand how he became this way either. 2 nights ago, I went to check the rumor that you were walking around in the shopping district every night. And then when I came to, I was lying down in that back alley. But back then I thought it was just cold, dark, and painful. But it's strange, after a while, after my body has changed completely, I understood a lot of things. The body hurts because it's being destroyed very fast. The sunlight acts like a catalyst for that. And if I want to stop the destruction, I need the genetic information of the same type of living organism as myself. Yeah, I didn't understand the logic that well, but it was plain enough what I had to do. I was cold and it was lonely by myself. I didn't want to disappear, so I just grabbed a random person and sucked his blood. And you know what? It was really delicious. The pain went away and I thought I could do anything. But it was so nice that before I realized it, it was all gone. The man was all shriveled up like a mummy and I felt really bad. I thought to myself that I was turning into a monster, both in mind and body. But I had to do it in order to live. Like I said, I didn't kill them because I hated them. I suck blood the same way you people eat animals. So I decided not to think about it too deeply.
What is this? Is it okay to kill other people in order to live?
It seems I've become a proper vampire. Tonight's meal was quite fun. Until now, I've been sucking blood since I was cold and in pain, but now that I'm getting the hang of sucking blood, it's becoming more interesting. You understand, don't you, Shiki-kun? You are a much better killer than I am.
I gotta say, man, like, because now I look at things like this where I went to check out the rumor that you were walking around in the shopping district every night. And just... everything is just like a red flag. Like, I'm just picturing Kohaku in a back alley like, Shiki, you should check. Shiki's the one going at it. Just with her, like here, like her plotting hands, making all this happen. Because who would tell her a rumor that it was Shiki? Like, what? What are you talking about, Yumizuka?
Didn't I say it before? I was always watching you, so I know your gentle side and your scary side. Never talked to you because I didn't understand your scary side. But I understand now. You're the same as me. Hey, Shiki-kun. Even you were thinking you wanted to kill someone without love or hate having anything to do with it.
Don't be ridiculous. I've never even once thought that.
I'm not being ridiculous. I never understood the fragile air about you, but now my body has changed and I can understand. Shiki-kun, just you being there is flirting with death. That's the kind of person you are. Like me, someone who has to kill people. Your need to kill others is the same as the need to breathe, right? You know, I was really happy yesterday. It was the first time I was happy after becoming this way. Because I finally understood you, Shiki-kun. I never really knew you before. Shiki-kun, you're the same, right? You see someone and for no reason your heart throbs and your throat goes dry. Seeing red blood, you enter a stupor like you were drunk from alcohol, right? Stealing the life of others.
Yeah?
Extinguishing the life of others, isn't it so exciting? So fun.
That's a lie, that feeling I've never... that was something only in a dream though. But I can't say I never had it.
See? Pure homicidal impulse without the influence of emotion. The fragile side which I always wanted to understand. I forgot to say one more thing. A vampire is someone whose blood has been sucked by a vampire, right? That's true, you know. To be precise, the person whose blood has just been sucked dies. Vampires pour their own blood into their victim as they drink to turn them into their own. So what's in you right now is my blood.
Standing up, Yumizuka speaks with satisfaction. I see. This is Yumizuka-san's blood, then. The black thing that still defiles my body. It's not even a mouthful, but it still causes unbelievable pain enough to drive me to madness. That's the case. This blood, this foreign pollutant swimming in my body. I can't see it, but with my eyes, that would burst. Because of my crawling on the ground, my glasses have fallen off. The lines. I can see the point of that foreign substance. Then kill. I stab the point with my knife. I thrust the knife into my body, but it doesn't cut any of my flesh. What is killed is not me, but this foreign object.
Now it's been long enough. Stand up, Shiki-kun.
I hear Yumizuka's command. The pain fades. Oh dear. I can control my arms and legs again, and I can finally stand up. He's about to go Terminator mode.
Good. From now on, we'll always be together, Shiki-kun. Now come here. Come by my side. Hold my hand. Make me feel better.
She holds out her hand. Thump. My heart pounds and my legs begin to move. But they don't move forward. They move backward.
Shiki-kun?
Kill. Yumizuka's bewildered voice. Thump. My heart begins to scream. Yeah, speaking of, my throat becomes dry. Every nerve in my body recognizes the person in front of me as an enemy. Kill. This feeling. It's as if my thoughts belong to a completely different person. I can't resist the impulse flowing out within me. My mind is growing hazy. Why?
Hey, why aren't you doing what I tell you to?
Kill. Thump, thump. My heart beats loudly as if repeatedly ordering me to kill. To kill.
Shiki-kun, you...
No, Yumizuka. She looks at me as I breathe painfully.
Why? Why didn't my blood work?
I killed your blood. So I will not become your partner.
What?
The eyes staring at me are filled with surprise. Kill. Please disappear, Yumizuka. I don't understand why, but if you remain here, I... Kill. Kill. I don't want to kill anyone. My mind is inverting. Yumizuka's eyes burn black, like a needle with a sharp intent to kill. Tonoshiki's body separates itself from the mind and will of Tonoshiki. I lick my lips as I pick up my knife.
Oh, you're serious now, Shiki-kun.
I can't speak. Nothing. The thought of responding doesn't even occur. My field of vision shrinks to nothing.
Liar, you said you'd help me.
I don't know anything about that.
Fine. If you won't cooperate, I'll kill you first. There'll be plenty of time to give you my blood after that.
How sad for a miserable failure. I can only hear the voice. There are no thoughts. My body kills the body of Yumizuka in return, who is trying to kill my body. A sensation of spurting. My right arm holding my knife is heavy and my left arm is burning. The burning on my left arm is from the flowing blood. Yumizuka's nails tore through my clothes and made the blood flow. Maybe thanks to the bleeding, my burning blood cools down. My ferociously pounding heart starts to calm. But I start to realize I pierced Yumizuka's heart with my knife, and am now holding her as if I am embracing her. What? This is a continuation of my nightmare. Without knowing it, I killed Yumizuka Satsuki. Why? Yumizuka's body up against mine is frigid. There was never any warmth to begin with. Her body is like pure ice and isn't doing anything but embracing mine. Yumizuka. My fingers holding the knife shake uncontrollably. Shallow breathing fills the air. Mine and hers. What have I done? I didn't want to kill her. Didn't even have a single thought of hurting her, so why?
Shiki-kun.
I hear Yumizuka's voice right next to my ear. She's probably going to voice her grudge. She asked me to help her. But all I did in response was to kill her without even thinking.
I'm so happy.
But Yumizuka, with the gentleness like she were having a dream, said those words.
Why? Because this was the first time you ever seriously looked at me. That's why I'm so happy. That makes me your first time, Shiki-kun.
Thump.
I'm so sorry. They say only death can cure a fool, but in my case, it seems even death couldn't cure me.
Thump. Yumizuka? That's all Shiki can say to her. Thump. There's no reply. With a dry sound, her body crumbles to ashes as if it was never there to begin with. What happened? That's right. I could not understand. That's fine. I breathe harder. Knife still in hand, the contents of my stomach rise to my throat. How come? There's regret over killing her. There's also guilt. But above all else, I can't rid myself of this feeling. What a shock. If you call this pain pleasure, then this has to be the greatest pleasure in the world. That's what I think as I feel this blood pulsing throughout my body. That's the kind of person you are. Like me, someone who has to kill people to live. Your need to kill others is the same as your need to breathe. She said killing others was fun. She proudly said that to me. No. Oh, that's wrong. I cannot accept that. If I accept that, I could never live as myself again. I'm different. I'm different from you, Yumizuka. There's no power in my denial. My whole vision wavers. Here, if I stay here any longer, I'll go crazy. I have to go back. Back to my world. I need to hurry back to the normal life of Tonoshiki, or else I'll be engulfed by this poison. Gah! Trying to stifle a sharp pain in my head, I start to walk away. Ooh, R.I.P. for the last time, man. God damn. R.I.P. Yumizuka. The route that never was. The door opens with a creak. With a heavy body and dulled mind, I made it back to the mansion. My footsteps drag behind me. The moonlight illuminates my figure, making it look like an exhausted ghost. My left arm hurts where Yumizuka wounded me. The bleeding has stopped, and the gradual lessening of the pain tells me it couldn't have been too deep. I reach the stairs. I don't even care about treating my wounds. Right now, I just want to stumble back to my room and sleep like a rock. Remember to hydrate, everyone. Eh?
Nissan?
And then, from the middle of the stairs, I hear Akiya's voice. Akiya! I raise my head. In front of me, I see Akiya, who has just now made it to the bottom of the stairway. Akiya's silent. Something about her appearance is a little strange, but I don't even care right now. Continue stumbling up the steps. Right now I should just go to my room. So I have to keep going up the stairs. I dazedly make my way past Akiya's still figure. I have to get up the stairs.
Hey, please wait, Nissan. Just where did you go this late in the evening?
Who knows? Besides, what is Akiya doing standing here at this hour anyway? Trying to glide down the stairs as quietly as possible, it seems like she was going to go outside just now. Eee. Doesn't have anything to do with you, Akiya. Going to my room, so don't bother me.
Bother?
Akiya gasps and cuts off mid-sentence.
Nissan, you look.
Her previously shocked eyes become calm.
Your left arm is injured, right? Your clothes are pretty dirty, too.
Don't worry about it. Doesn't even hurt anymore.
It doesn't hurt? That can't be true. You look like you could collapse at any moment, and there's blood clotted all over your left arm. Goodness, just what in the world were you doing, Nissan?
I can't answer and only avert my gaze. I couldn't possibly explain everything that happened tonight, and more than that, I don't ever want to talk about Yumizuka to anyone. Nothing much. I was just walking around and got sucked into a little drunken brawling. Answering simply, I climbed past her. But with a pull, Akiya places her hands on my shoulders. Oh.
Nissan, I'll get mad.
With a weak voice, Akiya looks directly at me. With her face like that, I become even more unable to tell her what really happened. Just like that, time passes without either of us speaking. After some minutes pass, Akiya lets out a breath and drops her shoulders in resignation.
Fine. I will let it go.
Akiya grabs my uninjured right arm and heads towards the sitting room. Hey, Akiya. I want to go back to my room and sleep.
No. I won't ask you any more about it, so you have to let me treat your injuries, okay? So come this way. I can't help but be worried if you go to sleep looking like that.
Still holding on to my arm, she drags me with her to the lobby. Oh well. This is just how it is. I resign myself to doing as Akiya says. Interesting. The treatment was quite simple. I guess it was really not that bad to begin with. After applying some disinfectant and wrapping the wound in gauze, my treatment is over. After finishing that simple care by herself, Akiya takes a towel soaked in warm water and wipes my face.
All finished. This uniform is done for, so you will have to get a new one prepared tomorrow.
My mind is still numb. Akiya really hasn't asked me any questions about what happened and simply took care of my injury. I'm a little surprised. I thought she would let Kohaku-san or Hisui take care of it, but Akiya did it all with a smile. Her gentleness is completely different from the way she was these past 3 days, and I think back about Akiya from long ago.
Nisan, hey, it's all finished, so please go back to your room. Didn't you say you would rather go to sleep than keep me company?
She may still be resenting my words from earlier because she sounds very dissatisfied. There's still something wrong with my brain, but I do understand how much Akiya worried over me. Yeah, thanks Akiya. It's because I'm still woozy. I let my true feelings show. Akiya's face turns red and she shrinks away from me.
Oh, I don't think it was anything to thank me for. It would help me if I was hurt, right, Nisan?
That may be true, but it makes me happy. Stuttering, I finally realize it. I'm quite emotionally detached right now, but I honestly am happy that, rather than Kohaku-san or Hisui, Akiya was the one that treated my wounds.
Don't say such stupid things. Please hurry back to your room. Or are you hurt somewhere else?
Akiya says so and shifts her gaze.
Nisan, your shoulder. There's blood.
Akiya places her hand on my shoulder. She peels back my shirt. My exposed shoulder and neck. Oh. Yumizuka's bite marks and dried blood are still there.
Nisan, this.
In that instant, the air freezes. Yo, this is the fang-shaped wounds on my neck. I don't know how to even begin to explain that and descend into silence. Akiya slowly leans her body towards mine.
Nisan, there is still blood flowing here.
Her voice is terribly taut with strain. The grip of her hand on my shoulder becomes stronger. Her body stops in a position somewhere between touching mine and not.
What should I do? We should stop the bleeding, right?
Her voice sounds delirious. Akiya? I call her name while assailed by an unspeakable disquiet. And there's no reply, but instead I feel a warm sensation along my neck. What? My voice fades away. Akiya's face is right next to mine. The sensation of rubbing. Huh? A contact. Wetness. Akika. Wait, what? My numb sense of reason can't grasp what's going on. Is she doing what I think she's doing? A hesitatingly touching tongue. Oh my god. And that kind of works for her too. God, wow. Okay. The red tongue that fearfully touches my neck. Shaking. The shaking fingers that embrace me, the warmth of Akiya's body. Akiya's licking the blood dribbling down my neck. Jesus, dude. Oh my god. But it really isn't anything to be alarmed over. It's just like what you would do as a kid to stop the bleeding. What? But it feels so sweet, I can't say anything. Akiya must think the same way as she just, for no reason, brushes her teeth against my wound. Uh-huh. All of a sudden, she bites down. A sound comes from the lobby. Oh dear. Akiya pulls back.
I'm so sorry, Nisan.
Yeah. Her face a pure red, Akiya runs away. What? Left by myself in the sitting room, I reach my hand up to my neck. Her warmth is still lingering there faintly. She didn't have to run away. I murmur to myself and shake my head. Licking the wound like that, I did a lot of that as a child. I did that to Akiya and Kohaku-san when they got hurt. Okay, this was a thing with y'all? Really? I know Kohaku actually means Hisui in this case. So I'm thinking back how the way he licked Hisui's wound in the kitchen. I guess that was normal for them. Okay. But that's just an act from childlike purity, only done as a child. Both of us grown up like this now and being the opposite gender. We can't really use that method anymore. I think it's weird either way. What was she doing? She was acting pretty strange. Well, I guess I'm also strange right now. As if in a dream, I can't recall what exactly happened. Even what Akiya and I just did, I feel like it'll all be a dream tomorrow morning. This route is already getting freaky. And I reach my room. I lurch to my bed and collapse. Tiredness closes in around my brain. My exhaustion is more in my body than my mind. My body must be trying to halt everything in order to quickly heal its exertions. Before that, I take a deep breath and trace my fingers along my neck once more. I'm a little surprised. The 2 fang marks. The blood really was stopped by Akiya's lips. Again, I guess they worked out for both of them. Cradle Garden. Okay. Jesus Christ. Alright. I wake from a long sleep. The sunshine from the window looks closer to midday than morning. Midday moon. It must be because of how late I got back last night. It seems I've overslept. Backing myself up from bed, I look down at my hand. The sensation of how I stabbed Yumizuka remains. 2 nights ago, when I met Yumizuka and saw that hideous dream. If only yesterday was just a dream. But wishing it won't make it so. I've no clue why or how Yumizuka became a vampire, and I couldn't do anything to help her. No, once Yumizuka had become like that, there was probably no way for anyone to help her. She was already dead. All I did was return that corpse, somehow moving about as if it were a living thing, back to being a dead body. That's the only way I can think of it. But still, please excuse me, Shiki-sama. With that voice I had become accustomed to, Hisui enters the room. Good morning, Shiki-sama. I'm so glad that door knocking sound in this game is just the right amount of fake sounding. I swear, I don't know if you guys have heard it, just like the hyper realistic knocking sound like that people used to troll like Twitch streamers. Like if you look it up on YouTube, it's like panned to the right or left and it sounds like knocking on a window, or it could be like it's like a door or a window. I've heard both. Freaky stuff. Very freaky stuff. Like if that shit was in a video game, I'd be done. Good night. I'm out. How are you feeling today? I slept well, so I don't feel bad at all. Is that so? Hearing that makes me feel very relieved. Even though she says that, I don't see her even relax her shoulders or give any other indication of it. But I feel relieved as well. Because of what happened last night, the long night is over. Because I don't have to enter that unnatural world any longer, my heart can relax. About to enter a whole other world, buddy. Thanks, Hisui. You've always come to check up on me from early in the morning, right? Your concern means a lot to me. Not at all. It is my duty to be concerned with your welfare. There's a hint of happiness in Hisui's expression. Moreover, I feel like I've been somewhat rescued. While I've been sleeping in bed like this, Hisui came as always to wake me up. For just that trivial thing, I honestly feel like I have returned to my normal life. Shiki-sama, this is somewhat difficult for me to say, but can I? Difficult to say. If it's about me sleeping until noon, I really can't do anything but apologize. No, that is not what I meant, but it is perhaps related to when you went to sleep. Hisui fidgets with her fingers as she struggles to come up with the right words. Oh dear. I did not say anything, but Akiya-sama found out about last night. Oh, yeah. Did she now? About last night. What? I mean when you left late last night, Shiki-sama. Oh. I unconsciously turned my eyes away from her. I thought I'd managed to slip away undetected, but I should have known Hisui would still find out. Shiki-sama, your return late at night has gained the attention of Akiya-sama, so I believe you will be asked to explain yourself sooner or later. She's in the sitting room and may be angry, so please be prepared. I see. I got it. I'll be prepared. But if it's about last night, then Akiya definitely knows about it already. And after that, it was Akiya who took care of me when I was in a complete stupor. About that, will it be occurring again? I cannot stop you, but if you continue doing such things, I must tell Akiya-sama. No, nothing like last night will happen again. Everything has ended last night. There won't be any phone calls anymore. Yes, it really has ended. With these words, it truly is over. Yumizuka Satsuki is no more. The vampire skulking the streets has vanished. I, with my own hands, sent away a classmate who said she liked me for all eternity. Hisui looks at me with a painful expression on her face. Jeez, if Hisui is making that sort of face, then I must look terrible right now. Well, I should get up sooner or later. Hisui, is Lakia still here? She's an awfully busy person, so does she have a routine on her day off? Yes, she does have plans during her day off, but today she is still in the mansion. She has plans, but she's still here, waiting for you. I don't quite get it, but, well, I'll go and get changed, so please head to the sitting room before me. Yes. Well then, please excuse me. As usual, Hisui walks away without a sound. But I forgot something really important. Hisui. Yes? What is it, Shiki-sama? Yeah, I forgot to say something. Thanks for coming to wake me up. It's a little late, but good morning, Hisui. Yes. Please have a nice day, Shiki-sama. Well then, I should hurry up and change and head to the sitting room. Alright. Proceed. In the sitting room, Akiya is on the sofa, Kohaku-san is keeping her company, and Hisui is standing by the wall. Good morning, Shiki-san. Morning, Kohaku-san. Sorry to be a bother, but could you fix me something to eat? I'm a little hungry from all that sleeping. Yes, right away. I will get it ready, so please wait a little bit. Kohaku-san quickly patters away towards the dining room. Adorable. That leaves Akiya and Hisui, who is standing wordlessly like a statue. Yo, Akiya. Good morning. Akiya just looks at me with a dissatisfied look on her face and doesn't return my greeting. Like Hisui warned me, she seems angry about last night. Telling me in the morning that leaving late at night is forbidden, only to find me leaving late at night. It's only natural for her to be angry. Akiya, last night was... Nissan, sleeping in this late, just what were you thinking? Well, sorry. Geez, I'm not mad about that. It's your day off and you've chosen to sleep in until now. It's your laziness that angers me. With the humph, Akiya angrily turns her face away. Well, it may just be my imagination, but peevishly is a better word than angrily. Excuse me. Gotta adjust this. Okay. Well, I couldn't help it. I got in late last night and my body was just tired. That is entirely your fault. Staying out until way past midnight. Just what kind of lifestyle did you have when you lived with the Arimas, Nissan? I had a strict curfew there too. I wasn't allowed to leave at night and... Oh, so that's it. At the Arimas house you followed the rules, but you come here and break them? In other words, you won't even follow my simplest request? In that case, I may have to resort to corporal punishment. The fury of her intent also flows through her eyes. How do I say this? She has to be joking, only she doesn't sound like she's kidding, and it's pretty frightening. Corporal punishment, Akiya? You're starting to frighten me. That was just an example. Staying up real late like that and just sleeping until you feel like getting up. Of course, I should be very strict. Akiya gives an audible groan. I hate to admit it, but she is right. Besides, Nissan, shouldn't you let Hisui wake you up in the morning? It is a good thing today is Sunday, but you always lays around in bed too long, Nissan. Akiya? Maybe it's not my place to say, but it's not like I'm sleeping in because I want to. What? So how come you always sleep in until the last minute every morning? You don't know how I feel when I wait for you until the last minute and... Akiya-sama. Where did the dire, threatening atmosphere go? All of a sudden, Akiya descends into silence. Hey, Akiya. I I said so before, but waking up past 7 o'clock in the morning isn't intentional. Even I would like to get up earlier, but my body doesn't listen to what I tell it. If you want to help me wake up earlier, please buy me a really powerful alarm clock. Sure, that'd get me up.
Nissan? This may be a stupid question, but did you ever tell Hisui what time you wanted her to wake you up?
Ah, that's right. I forgot such a simple thing as that. Oh yeah, Hisui comes every morning to wake me, so it's alright for her to do that. So, Hisui, could you please wake me up at 6:30 each morning? It would really help me out. I swing around to face Hisui. She stares right back at me.
I refuse.
Eh?
Forgive me, but I refuse to wake you up, Shiki-sama.
Well, I don't know what to say. The shock put my brain on hold. Looking at the situation, Akiya is also gaping at Hisui in surprise.
Hisui, why can't you wake up Nissan? I am unable to undertake things I cannot do. I do not think I am able to wake up Shiki-sama with my own power.
Unable?
Why not?
Unable, why not? I unthinkingly enter their conversation. Hisui continues staring at me.
These past 3 days, all my efforts were fruitless. Shiki-sama, do you remember how many times I called your name this morning?
No, I don't remember. I woke up from your voice? I thought I woke up by myself.
That means there's no memory of me even calling out. Akiya-sama, that is the situation.
Oh, I see, Akiya says and looks over at me teasingly. How do I say this? It would seem my standing here has just been lowered quite a bit.
In short, you have tried repeatedly to wake up Nissan, but there isn't even the slightest reaction on his part. That's how it is, Hisui?
Hisui nods silently. I nod silently as well. I see. The truth is, Hisui has already been trying to wake me early in the morning. I don't want to say it myself, but I must be really good at sleeping in.
Nissan, why are you looking so proud of yourself?
Nothing. I was just surprised by how daunting it is to wake me.
I understand. Hisui, just like before, please try and wake up Nissan as much as you can.
Hisui nods in assent. It seems like the conversation is finished. In the end, it may be just me waking up whenever I feel like it again.
Hey, by the way, Hisui?
Yes, what is it?
Does Nissan really not wake up? Even if you call his name, he doesn't respond? Yes, Shiki-sama's sleep is very quiet and he sleeps like a statue.
Like a statue? What?
Oh, Nissan has a great sleeping posture, huh? No, that is not it. How do I say it? Shiki-sama is like a completely different person when he sleeps. I've never seen such a peaceful sleeping face, so when I first saw him, I thought that he had passed away. So it is not quite that he is hard to awaken, but that it seems very rude to do so, so I cannot help but be very gentle. When Shiki-sama is about to wake up by himself, warmth returns to his white face, and I know he will wake up soon, but...
Looking down, Hisui talks about how I look when I sleep. I can't help but feel embarrassed. Come to think of it, a sleeping person is completely defenseless, and after listening to that explanation, I flush as red as if she said she saw me naked. Hisui descends into silence, and Akiya is obviously trying not to look in my direction. The air has become a little heavy.
Thanks for waiting. Shiki-san, breakfast is ready.
A bright voice saves the situation. Thanks. Well, I'll eat up.
Yes, please take your time eating.
Turning my back to Kohaku-san's smile, I head to the dining room alone. After I eat lunch, Akiya and Hisui are still in the sitting room. It wouldn't be good to ignore them and go back to my room, so I sit on the sofa across from Akiya.
Here, Shiki-san. You prefer green tea, right?
Kohaku-san places an after-meal cup of tea on the table beside me. Yeah, thanks. You don't mind then?
No, not at all. This is your home, so please relax a little more.
Kohaku-san must be trying to make me feel more comfortable here because she takes good care of me. Jeez. Thinking I'm already used to this place. Do I still look a little strained?
Yes, just a little bit.
Your shoulders seem a little tense. I wouldn't say you should be like back then, but you certainly can relax a bit more.
Kohaku, you shouldn't spoil Nissan. He's been living like a sloth at the Arima's house so long, it's probably good for him to be a little tense just at first.
Hehe. Akiya-sama, you are really strict with Shiki-san, are you not?
I don't want to be strict. It's just that he is always so spaced out, I have to watch out for him.
Huh? I'm a little surprised. When Akiya talks to Kohaku-san, there isn't any hint of her usual coldness. Maybe it's because they're so close in age, but they seem to be really good friends. Well, we know what Akiya's done for her, and we know deep down how Kohaku feels about Akiya, you know, despite her plan. A lot of unfortunate things going on. Glance over at Hisui. Since Akiya dismissed all of the other servants except for Hisui and Kohaku-san, I think Hisui must be trusted by Akiya as well. But since Kohaku-san is her complete opposite in personality, I have a feeling that there isn't much talk between Hisui and Akiya.
May I be of service, Shiki-sama?
Hisui realizes I was looking at her and asks me if there is anything she can do. No, it's nothing. I was just thinking that you're really calm.
Yes, it is something that Makihisa-sama taught to me.
She answers very distinctly. The answer is so distinct I can't continue the conversation. An uncomfortable silence ensues. As if sensing this, Kohaku-san starts up a conversation.
Shiki-san, is it okay if I ask a question?
Yeah.
What is it? It seems like you left last night again, so I was wondering if you had some usual scheduled routine to take care of every night.
No, I don't have anything like that. The past 2 days were just something special. I look over at Hisui. He just quietly watches the two of us. It's alright, Kohaku-san. I won't go out late at night anymore. Besides, I'm not a kid anymore, so it's not like there's any danger or anything.
Oh, are you still saying that sort of thing, Shiki-san? Hisui-chan, don't you feel the same way? It is as Ne-san says, Shiki-sama. You are the eldest son of the Tono family, so please refrain from doing anything careless. See, even Hisui-chan is angry. You are anemic, so you shouldn't strain yourself, you know? I was told this by your personal physician too, Shiki-san.
Well, that's true, but it has nothing to do with going out late at night. If I can't walk by myself, I shouldn't go to school either. Right?
Does have something to do with it. During the day, it is bright outside and someone could help you, right? But at night, it's different. There's been all these vampire murders recently, so if you go outside and collapse, what do you think will happen?
Without thinking, my body shudders. Just hearing someone else use the word vampire like this really reminds me that it was Yumizuka killing those people. No, it's okay, Kohaku-san. There isn't a vampire out there anymore. Those incidents, they won't happen ever again. Because Yumizuka Satsuki is no longer in this world.
Oh? Is that true, Akiya-sama? I haven't heard anything about it. The one to ask is Nissan, since he seems to know something about it. Oh yeah, there was a victim from your high school, Nissan. Year 2, Class 3 is your class, right?
Eh? I wasn't a victim from my class.
Shiki-san, you didn't see the news this morning. Last night, they found a large quantity of blood from someone named Yumizuka Satsuki in an alley off the main street. The blood seems to have been there for a while, but from the amount of blood there, they say she is more than likely dead.
My heart starts to throb violently. The fact that Yumizuka Satsuki is dead, I know that better than anyone else. But when they say that she's dead, it sounds like
you killed her, didn't you, to me? Nissan, what's wrong? You're really pale.
No, it's nothing. My mood starts to sink. Thanks to Hisui, my heart was able to be calm, but with just this conversation, I almost collapse. Is my heart really this weak?
Everyone, let's have a welcome party tonight.
Just like that, Kohaku-san makes an announcement in a loud voice. Huh? Akia and I say the same thing aloud, and even Hisui tilts her head.
A welcome party for Shiki-san. Everyone is here, and we haven't even celebrated Shiki-san's arrival yet. So tonight should be Shiki-san's welcome party.
Right? Kohaku-san looks at me and smiles. Crap. Why are Hisui and Kohaku-san so able to read my feelings?
Akia-sama, is that acceptable? If you allow it, we can start the preparations right away. Yes, Nissan has finally come back and we haven't even done anything. I think it's a good idea, but Hisui? You agree, right? Yes, if it is acceptable to Shiki-sama, I do not think it will be a bad thing.
The three of them turn to stare at me. No. Yeah. I decided not to have any regrets, and I don't want Kohaku-san to worry about me. I'm in favor. Not about to turn down my own welcome party, am I?
It's decided. Well then, I'll prepare the food. Hisui-chan, can you take care of my work for today? That will be fine. Sweep in the lobby and the east building. Well then, I shall. What should I do, Kohaku? Akia-sama and Shiki-san should rest in their rooms. I'll prepare dinner early to make time for the party, so if you have anything you need to do, please try and be done by then, okay?
Kohaku-san goes into the kitchen, Hisui out to the courtyard.
Well then, I'll go to my room.
So, what should I do? Here we go. To be honest, Kohaku-san has the hardest job because she has to prepare the feast for the four of us. I don't think I can be that much help in cooking, but I'll go see Kohaku-san. The kitchen has already become a battlefield. On each counter there is a mountain of ingredients, and I get the urge to turn around and go back as soon as I enter.
Shiki-san, is there anything I can do for you?
Kohaku-san peeks her head through. No, I was thinking maybe I could help or something. But it seems like I've entered a world where I shouldn't be.
That really helps. To tell the truth, I was thinking of going to ask you for some help.
But really? But I don't really have any cooking skills, so I'm unsure if I can even help Kohaku-san.
Not at all. It is something anyone can do. Come on, please lend me a hand.
Kohaku-san takes my hand and pulls me with her. Not really understanding what's going on, I end up helping Kohaku-san. After calming down a bit, I realize that the kitchen is actually pretty small for a mansion so large. They probably had a much bigger galley when there were many people living in the mansion, but with just Akia, Hisui, and Kohaku-san and I, they had the smaller kitchen prepared.
Here, please wash your hands and use this apron.
I don't know whose taste this is a reflection of, but she hands me an apron that says, "Quiet, unsociable person" on it. Yeah, we did actually see this, because when she cuts herself and she just doesn't react.
But let's see. I'll start you off with a simple task, Shiki-san. When it's all done, I have another task just for you.
Kohaku-san is in a good mood. First, I have to take the shells off all these shrimp. Quick, quick, quick. Sound of a knife lightly hitting the cutting board. Kohaku-san's humming fills the kitchen. I didn't know that was humming. I guess it did have the musical squiggly. She must be immersed in cooking because she doesn't say much. As for me, I actually enjoy peeling the shrimp and keep on peeling the skin. You know, this really brings back memories of Hisui. Before the incident and before I left the mansion, I played like this several times with Kohaku-san and Akia. We were young then, and we didn't even think about how we were of the opposite gender. We were just in this spacious mansion, and all we knew was the continuous fun of every day. We played around so much we forgot about all the things that bothered us before. Or maybe in order to forget the bothersome past, we tried to pass our days with as much fun as possible.
Shiki-san, you really have taken a liking to peeling those shrimp, haven't you?
Eh? No, not really. Why do you ask?
Because you look like you're having so much fun. You know, Hisui-chan, her eyebrows would always be so scrunched up by the time she gets done.
Really? I'm surprised. She looks like the type that would do it without complaint.
Yeah, for some reason Hisui-chan is poor at cooking. But she is really great at cleaning and arranging things.
Is that so? I always felt that both you and Hisui could do anything.
If that was true, I would be very happy. But both Hisui-chan and I are merely normal, so we have our faults too. Hisui-chan's sense of taste is a little strange, so even when she makes things that she thinks are delicious, for Akiya-sama or I, it tastes really strange.
I see, so that's why Hisui doesn't cook. My jaw is hurting.
Okay, I'm good. Hisui's sense of taste is a little odd. Kohaku-san, what's her fault, I wonder?
Well, come to think of it, you and Hisui are different in your own ways.
Kohaku-san, you were always cheerful, while Hisui stayed in the mansion back then.
Uh-huh.
Oh, did I look that cheerful? I thought I was always watching you all, though.
Wow, she just kind of said it right there.
Yeah, I remember.
You would always run around with us, but you would tell us to stop doing dangerous things and look out for us.
I really do remember.
Playing tag in the courtyard of the mansion. Trying as hard as we could to catch my old man's carp in the pond. Hey, remember the time where we left the mansion from the gate, right? We didn't know the way to get back and you ended up calling the mansion and one of the mansion servants had to come pick us up.
Yes, then after that, Makihisa-sama really did yell at you. Everyone was playing with you, but somehow you ended up being the only one. We did so many things, but in the end, you always saved Akiya-sama and me from getting in trouble.
She giggles as she speaks aloud, nostalgically. What's this? Talking about old times, I really feel like I have returned now. That's right. I really don't have too many memories of this mansion, but talking about old times honestly makes me feel nostalgic.
But my memories aren't just happy ones.
But I did treat Hisui poorly. That girl who was always in the corner of my heart. In the end, I was never able to have a true conversation with that girl by the window. That girl, she was always watching us from the window. Always, it struck me. That lonely face looking down, I always thought it would be great if she could come and play. But still, before I left the mansion, she gave me that one parting gift. That's right. She was always shy even then, so I never knew what she was thinking. I always thought if Hisui-chan was happy, it wouldn't matter what happened. Oh, this is her.
That's right. She was always shy even then, so I never knew what she was thinking. I always thought if Hisui-chan was happy, it wouldn't matter what happened to me. Yikes! Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh, Kohaku-san, you really are a good older sister. I'm feeling happy, so I give an answer like that. Dude, Kohaku has been like dripping the truth like the whole time. All of a sudden, with a short sound, Kohaku-san lifts her hand. I can see she cut her finger with the kitchen knife. Oh god, this again. Kohaku-san, your finger.
Eh?
After I say that, she seems to have realized she cut her finger.
That's true.
I don't like it. That's true. Hey, Kohaku-san. I don't believe this. Even I could see that the cut is really deep, but Kohaku-san is still slow-paced.
How embarrassing. I am supposed to be such a good chef. Haha.
Kohaku-san gives her normal laugh.
There's no laughing matter. You have to take care of it right away. It's fine. It isn't life-threatening or anything. But doesn't it hurt? It's cut pretty bad. No, not at all. If I think it doesn't hurt, then it won't hurt. If I think this isn't my finger and that it's just the finger of some doll, then I won't feel pain, right?
What? With a smile, Kohaku-san says something pretty outlandish. Well, I'm sure if you think that way, it won't hurt as much, but you can't get rid of it all. Yeah? Look, let's just get it taken care of. I'm a little weak when it comes to blood, so if I have an anemic fit right here, it'll be your fault, Kohaku-san.
I see, then I should take care of it right away. Well then, Shiki-san, excuse me for a moment.
The whole time her smile never cracks, and giving me a bow with her head, she leaves the kitchen. So yeah. We saw that scene before after Hisui was like, "You can't help me, go." And then we ended up with Kohaku in the kitchen, and that's when we got that scene before. But oh my god, with the whole new context now, that was so, like, dude, she was just straight up saying things. Gosh, okay. And just to see her just completely unaffected by this deep cut on her finger and just laugh about it, just, eek. It's a small example of what she's had to do.
Well then, a toast to Shiki-san's homecoming. Everyone, please take whatever you would like to drink.
Kohaku lines up drinks in front of us with a full smile, entirely free of malice. Most of the drinks didn't happen to be juice or anything like that, but proper alcoholic beverages. Akiya?
What is it, Nissan?
There's a gurgling as Akiya fills her glass with the tawny liquid, then adds a little orange juice. That wouldn't be whiskey, would it?
It would. Is there something wrong?
It would. Akiya, aren't we all too young to be drinking?
This is your welcome party. We have to have alcohol, don't we? Or Nissan, you're weak when it comes to alcohol?
Akiya seems somehow delighted.
Ah, Hisui-chan. That's unusual, not juice today?
Seeming a little shy, Hisui silently pours the wine into her glass. Kohaku's gonna chug a six-pack.
See, Nissan? Even Hisui is drinking. Surely you don't intend to be the only one drinking juice?
Jeez. You really want to get the most out of this party, don't you, Akiya?
Yes, I don't usually like parties, but today's an exception.
Oh. Well, it can't be helped. A lot of alcohol isn't good for my body, but a little bit should be okay. The weakest drink laid out on the table is the wine, it looks like.
Well then, everyone raise your glasses, please. Cheers.
With a clash, our glasses come together. Kohaku tosses hers down in a single gulp. Akiya takes her time, and Hisui sips hers quietly. Oh man, I'm not responsible for this. Drinking continues. I don't know how this happened, but it looks like the Tonoshiki welcome party has turned into just a drinking party. Akiya might be used to drinking, as she gulps down her glass as if she's drinking water. Kohaku-san slowly drinks with Akiya while refilling Akiya's cup. Seeing that their faces still look normal, I'm guessing they don't show drunkenness on their faces. Incidentally, Hisui sits on the couch dizzily after drinking just one sip. Akiya really has quite a lot of tolerance. Looking at the smiling Akiya and Kohaku-san, I gulp down my glass. It's just water, so I only drank a mouthful of alcohol during the toast. I take a bite of the smoked salmon on the table. It is exquisite. The Tono house, even the snacks, are first class. Even though there might be a lot of problems, it is pretty enjoyable right now. To be blunt, Akiya and Kohaku-san's conversation is outright boring. It's as if they were just discussing how the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. Despite that, it all seems rather charming seeing them laughing at these kinds of conversations. On the other hand, Hisui is holding the glass she used during the toast and gazing vacantly. Whenever I look away from Hisui, the glass becomes a little more empty. She seems to be enjoying herself too. What a great sprite. I sneak another bite of food. I'm pretty weak against alcohol, so I prefer to eat the finger food instead. And what happened? Akiya stands up and walks over to me.
Nissan, You've only been eating. You aren't going to drink any?
Akiya looks at me a little dissatisfied. Yo, the peer pressure. Now look, I don't care if you get drunk, but you shouldn't try to make others drink at your pace. I'm not used to drinking a lot, so if you want to drink with someone, Kohaku-san can. I try to point over to Kohaku-san, but she isn't there. Seems like she went to get some more alcohol from the kitchen.
Well, excuse me, Moon Princess. I'm not the slightest bit drunk.
Raising her glass with one hand, Akiya leans forward. I see. Since Kohaku-san isn't here, I guess she's messing with me since she has no one to talk to.
Kohaku doesn't have anything to do with this. We are talking about why you are not drinking.
Well, I have been drinking.
That's a lie. I haven't had a chance to pour you anything. I was drinking so that you could relax, but all you have been doing is munching away at the food Kohaku made. You haven't even had one glass, right?
Akiya pouts. Is it just me or is her step a little unsteady? Akiya, I just have to ask, are you drunk?
Don't be ridiculous. I'm not drunk at all. You will be dead drunk long before I will.
Okay, alright then. You are dead drunk.
Hurry up and finish your glass. I will listen to whatever you have to say when you are done.
She points commandingly at my glass. Except her finger is wobbling all over. There are people unironically like this. Akiya, I've said this before, but you really are drunk.
Sheesh. You really are persistent. I told you I'm not drunk.
Akiya yells and wobbles back. Her own voice causes her to get dizzy, so what part of that isn't being drunk? Oh well. Have a seat, we can chat a bit, I suppose. I pat the sofa next to me.
Aki, what? Yes, I'll sit.
Akiya sits down on the sofa. I don't know where all her bossiness disappeared to, but she just meekly sits down. Quality time with Nissan, that'll calm her down. For some reason, I suddenly don't feel comfortable. Resigned, I pick up my glass. Damn it. I take a light gulp. The unfamiliar alcohol burns my throat. It doesn't taste good at all. What the hell did he get poured? I feel the ground dip beneath me as if I was feeling dizzy from my anemia. But I can't say that this feels bad either. Might as well just finish it off, so I down the rest of it.
I'm surprised. You may have said differently before, but you sure seem to like drinking, Nissan.
What do you mean? I'm not a big drinker or anything.
Doesn't look like it. You were drinking that rather happily.
There's no pleasing her. Akiya leans over and takes a bottle from the table.
I'll water it down, but do you have any other preferences?
Akiya pours me some whiskey without asking. Common sense demands that I stop her, but she seems so happy I throw aside any thoughts of common sense. Please water it down a lot, otherwise I won't be able to drink it.
As you say. Well then, let's start, shall we?
Akiya happily fills my glass. And I don't even drink this much when I'm with Arihiko. I lean back on the sofa. I down the glass with my neck tilted so far back that I can see the ceiling. Look, it's Tsukihime neck. That neck can go back far. I drink what Akiya poured me slowly without letting my mouth go from the glass. Dude, fucking Nero Chaos seeds. But I'm just picturing that mental image, him just throwing his whole head back and downing a fucking beer. Jesus. That neck is strong. Phew, well, are you satisfied, princess? I place the empty glass on the table.
That's the way to do it. I have to take points off for not drinking it fast, but it's still a passing grade.
Wow. You're pretty strict. That was my new record, you know? You told me to drink it, so I pushed myself.
Really? This is pretty rare, you keeping me company like this, Nissan.
She chuckles. Pouring herself another glass, she downs it. My heart beats loudly at the sight of her face. She looks so mature when she is drinking. Closes her eyes and tilts her head back. Seeing her white throat voluptuously gulp down the alcohol, I forget about being drunk. Akia lets out a deep breath. Oh, that wasn't a pained ah. That was her being like, ah. You can never tell. The glass is empty. She says under her breath something to the effect that it is delicious.
What is it, Nissan? Is there something on my face?
Nothing. It's nothing. Without thinking, I pick up my glass.
Another one? This time we'll have something a little bit stronger.
Akia fills up the glasses again. I didn't really want another glass, but I suppose it won't hurt. Trying to imitate Akia, I drink it all in one gulp. Wasn't that much alcohol, but I shouldn't have drank it that fast. My head starts to spin and I fall back on the sofa. What is this route?
Nissan, are you alright?
I'm fine. I just got a little dizzy, but I'm not drunk. Oh, you will be soon. I think I'll rest for a little bit. You go ahead and have fun. Laying back on the sofa, I stare aimlessly at the ceiling. Even though I feel completely drained, I feel incredibly good. I'm sorry I forced you to drink too much. Akia's voice sounds very sad. Hey, you should be sorry. No, maybe it was a little much, but it feels good. I drank it because you drank it so deliciously. I guess the result is alright though. So go ahead and keep drinking. Once I settle down, I'll join you again.
Okay, if you say so, I will wait until you are done.
Hear the sound of something pouring. As expected, she pours another glass and drinks it. That's odd. This isn't anything much, but I feel incredibly relaxed here. Alright. Taking a breath, I get up from the sofa. Oh, he's back in it. Okay.
Nissan, are you feeling better?
I'm fine. I'll keep you company a little bit more. Give her my glass. Smiling, she pours me another drink. This time, I decide to drink at my own pace. Time passes by. Isui has fallen asleep on the sofa. I remember that. Kohaku-san never did come back from the kitchen. Huh. The only ones still moving about are me and Akia, but I am pretty drunk, so I wouldn't necessarily call myself moving about. But still, I want to keep Akia company until Kohaku-san returns.
Nissan,
Aw, shit. Drunk Akia.
you are very kind today.
Akia says this suddenly in a small voice. Eh? Kind? Me?
Yes. Normally, you are a very cold person. Acting kind like this is very rare, isn't it?
Really? I don't really know, but maybe I am cold.
Oh, Nissan, you don't understand yourself very well. You are a very kind person, but at the same time, you are very cold. Because you make no distinction between people. You don't have anyone that you like the most, no matter if you hate them or like them. Nissan, you like and forgive everyone. But that is very cruel to the people who want to be closest to you. For you, everyone is the same. Me, Kohaku, Hisui, we are all the same for you. That isn't kindness. Like an old dog that knows its time of death is near, you simply don't want to leave anything behind. You were like that back then, but now, how do you say it? You seem very dangerous, and that makes me uneasy.
Wow. Holy shit. Downcast, Akia continues to speak, almost as if she was thinking aloud. Oh god, sorry. Take a stretch if you need it. I needed it. Her glass is empty. She doesn't fill it, and her quiet voice echoes in the air.
Hey, I just thought that you were maybe inconsiderate and very lonely. I was just thinking something stupid like that. There isn't anyone you hold dearest in your heart. Maybe you lost that person a long time ago. Back then, I thought that if you just liked me, that would be fine. At least there wasn't anyone you liked the most, so that was good enough. But now it is.
Thank you for waiting. Oh my god. More food and more drink. This is still going. Oh my god. With a smile, Kohaku-san returns. Akiya suddenly swallows her words and with a sigh, pours herself more to drink. But now it is. And then Kohaku pops up.
Hey, Nissan, please drink some more as well. It's just me drinking now.
Because now I'm thinking back to like Kohaku looking around, making sure no one, Akiya, sees that Shiki is with her, like alone. Like we've seen that a couple times where Kohaku has to look out and make sure like they had to go behind the mansion to sweep together. You got to check the hallway, go watch TV in her room. Akiya let out some feelings there. God damn, I mean it's not wrong. And it kind of like speaks to the equal capacity Shiki has to falling for any of the, like completely falling for any of the women he comes across. But yeah, this time it's Kohaku.
Hey, Nissan, please drink some more as well. It's just me drinking now.
Taking the bottle that Kohaku-san brought, she pours some more drink into my glass. No, I've had enough. I've had twice as much as normal, so please, let me pass on this one. If I do drink more, I really will end up in bad shape.
What are you saying? You haven't even had a bottle yet.
What the a bottle of whiskey? You want him to drink a bottle of whiskey?
It's way too early to say you've had enough.
You said you'd drink with me, right? First of all, I'm just gonna say, I'm a square. I'm a fucking square. I don't drink that hard shit. I have a couple beers. I'm cool. I've had tequila a couple times. Nope. I'm cool. Just like, give me a beer. I'm good.
Come on, she says and holds out my glass.
But I really am at my limit.
Now, Akiya-sama, you do have to realize that Shiki-san does not have the same tolerance as you do, Akiya-sama. Shiki-san, you should say no or you'll be in trouble. Akiya-sama doesn't get drunk no matter how much she drinks, so if you keep drinking with her until she's happy, you end up drinking until dawn. Wait a minute, Kohaku. You make me sound like some sort of an alcoholic.
Angrily, Akiya takes another drink. Oh dear. Even though she drank a lot, it seems like that's her first glass. No matter what Akiya says, Kohaku-san seems to be right. Sorry, Akiya. I really have to stop now. You know my doctor says I shouldn't drink too much, right? Akiya descends into an apologetic silence. He can't argue with the doctor.
That is true.
Also a good excuse if someone tries to pressure you into drinking, like, no, I have a health problem, I can't do it. Don't look so sad. I can still keep you company until you're done drinking. How's that? She nods, but doesn't quite look satisfied.
Well then, I will pour your drinks, Akiya-sama. See, Shiki-san is still here, so isn't everything okay, Akiya-sama? I guess certainly having Nissan keep me company is rare enough. I will let it go this time.
Akiya holds out her glass to Kohaku-san. Smiling, Kohaku-san serves Akiya another drink, who starts to sip it slowly. Oh dear. It has gotten pretty late. Hisui woke up eventually and we talked about unimportant things. Oh wow, okay. It's probably the fault of the alcohol, but I don't remember what we talked about at all. Just meaningless, warm conversation. Because I wasn't used to that kind of stuff, I settled into an insecure comfort, like hanging from a silken thread. It's probably because of that. On one hand, I thought it would be nice for this to continue, but on the other hand, I wanted a little time to myself. And all of a sudden,
Nissan?
Akiya, with eyes full of anxiety, looks up at me. What is it? Are you feeling okay, Akiya?
No, that's not it. I just got uneasy all of a sudden. Hey, Nissan. You won't go away again, will you?
No. I don't know what will happen in the future, but I've decided to stay here for now. At least until I finish school and until it seems that Akiya can manage by herself. But That would imply that I would leave sometime.
Stop. I don't want to hear those words. This is your house, so no matter what happens, it is best for you to live here, right?
After saying this, she downs her glass. Who are you trying to convince, Akiya? An amazing sight. As if drinking down her uneasiness, she empties her glass. Gulp, gulp. Her cheeks are faintly flushed, showing that she has a buzz. Akiya sighs.
Why do you always make me feel so uneasy, Nissan?
You must be drunk, as she stares at me blankly. Seeing that, my heart starts to beat faster for no reason.
Are you listening? As long as you are here, I am fine. But you always...
Her eyes look straight ahead. Her cheeks are red and her eyes are glazed. This all seems very erotic. Wait, what? Maybe it's because I'm drunk as well. She is my sister, so why? Let's not go down that road again. Akiha.
Nissan, I feel strange.
She speaks aimlessly as if she was someone else. This keeps up,
Akiya-sama, your glass is empty. I'll pour you some more, okay? Yeah, thanks, Kohaku.
Kohaku-san pours her another drink, which she downs promptly. And then, all of a sudden, Akiya looks very serious. Akiya?
That's odd. I seem to be drunk.
She massages her temple with her fingers. Seem to be drunk. You've been drunk for quite a while.
What are you saying? I'm drunk, so of course I won't make sense.
Fair enough. She places her glass on the table quickly.
That's strange. I just got started.
Haven't y'all been here for hours? Saying that, she collapses towards me. Hey, Akiya. What are you... That is pretty obvious, though. Hey. There's no response. What did Kohaku pour her? I know she's been pouring drinks this whole time, and she probably wouldn't be able to sneak something in there, but the fact that she just suddenly collapsed... I mean, she's been drinking for a while. We'll let that slide. Her breathing tells me that she is happily asleep.
Huh? This is rare indeed. I have not seen Akiya drunk in years.
Kohaku-san smiles amusedly. Wait, years? How long she been drinking?
Kohaku-san, what do you mean? Well, Akiya-sama does not usually get drunk. But when she drinks over a certain limit, I guess all the alcohol hits her, and she falls asleep. So for Akiya-sama, being drunk is the same as going to sleep.
She has to get blackout drunk? Yikes.
I don't know if that is good or bad, but if Akiya-sama got drunk like most people, wouldn't that be scary?
Yeah, I guess because she's different. It's okay. Alright.
Shiki-san, could you imagine a rampaging Akiya-sama?
Yes, I could. Kohaku-san paints a very frightening mental image. Deciding not to answer, I look at Akiya's sleeping face. Akiya is sleeping contentedly. She is leaning with her whole body up against mine. I can feel her breathing and body warmth. I remember that strange feeling I felt before. She must have been completely drunk because she seemed like a totally different person. I can't deny that I was utterly flustered. Having her sleep so contentedly against me puts me in a daze. Without a doubt, she is very beautiful. I couldn't believe she was my sister when I met her after 8 years. But that doesn't mean anything. All I can think is that looking at her resting up against me is a good thing. Without a doubt, she is my sister. One of the reasons I came back to the mansion was to protect Akiya.
Shiki-sama, if Akiya-sama sleeps like that, I believe she might catch a cold.
Yeah, that's right. It is October, so we shouldn't let our guard down.
I will take Akiya-sama up to her room.
Hisui hoists Akiya over her shoulders and exits the room. The only ones left are me and Kohaku-san.
Well, if Akiya-sama is asleep, then we should end this party. I will take care of tidying things up, so please return to your room, Shiki-san.
I nod. I really do want to help, but I'm a little too drunk for that. If I helped in this condition, I'd probably just get in the way. Sorry, Kohaku-san. Please take care of things.
Just leave it to me, please. Good night, Shiki-san.
go out to the courtyard to clear my head of some of the alcohol. The breeze is a little cool, so it feels good against my hot skin. This is bad. I really did drink too much. All that drinking gave me a headache and I start to feel a little dizzy. I'll probably have some nightmares tonight. Well, that is just something I have to face after drinking. Akiya seemed really happy tonight. 1 or 2 nightmares is a small price to pay for that. Sitting down on a chair, I take a deep breath. The night breeze blows against my skin. There's nothing but silence. All the other houses are far from the Tono mansion. Doing this, I feel like I'm in a mansion in the middle of the woods, and I almost forget that I am a normal student. An empty, weak atmosphere. Soundless scenery of stagnation. A small fragment of memory about a garden. There is no one there. No father to yell at us. No one to tie us down and lock us away. Or even that person who curses Tonoshiki. A long time ago, it all wore away, declining into something worthless. Dude. Thinking about these rambling ideas, my eyelids start to droop more and more. Shiki-san, if you sleep there, you'll catch a cold. And that voice jars me from my sleepiness. I'm sorry, Shiki-san. I guess it wouldn't have been better if you didn't drink anything tonight. I guess it would have been better. Kohaku-san says this with her usual smile, looking at me. Seems that Kohaku-san must have guessed I came here to cool off. Guess I got a little carried away. Not thinking about your health, I forced you to do too much. It was very tough, wasn't it? Kohaku-san apologetically keeps her distance. What is this? This doesn't seem like the normal cheery Kohaku-san. It was my decision to drink, so she shouldn't feel bad about it. Jeez, this isn't like you at all, Kohaku-san. I look at Kohaku-san, but she is still looking apologetic, so I sleepily gaze into the forest. It wasn't tough at all. Akiya was so happy and it was fun. Kohaku-san, you're just thinking about it too much. Staring blankly into the forest, I try to make my voice sound as gentle as possible. A brief silence ensues. Suddenly, like a rabbit poking its head out of a bush, Kohaku-san comes into view. Nice. Kohaku-san? Ah, so you are awake, Shiki-san? You got so quiet all of a sudden, I thought you fell asleep. She says this, scolding me. It sounds like she wants to tell me that I shouldn't sleep here. I'm fine, Kohaku-san. I'm awake, so don't worry. I'll go back to my room once I'm done cooling off, so you can go back inside. I refuse. I wanted to cool off as well, so I will keep you company until you are done. With her usual smile, Kohaku-san looks longingly at the fallen leaves in the forest. Well, if you feel like it, that's fine, Kohaku-san. Kohaku-san doesn't answer, and she walks over the leaves, which crinkle as she takes each step. Silence ensues again. Thanks, Kohaku-san. It was really fun today. I really do mean it. What do you mean? Today wasn't something you should thank us for. Maybe, but it really was fun. Come to think of it, it was the first time we did something like that. I finally felt like part of the family. It isn't like we didn't do things like that when I stayed at the Arimas. It's just that when I lived there, I didn't ever want to be a bother and I couldn't concentrate on having fun like today. Family? Tilting her head to the side, she asks in a soft voice. For a very brief instant, it looked like Kohaku-san removed her usual mask, but she returns to her usual self. But Shiki-san, as long as you stay at the mansion, you won't ever have the family you are dreaming about. All your relatives shun you, and your only ally is Akiya-sama. That means that your life here will be very painful. What she says is correct. 8 years ago, I was treated badly enough to get me out of this house, so it's natural that they still think badly of me. Well, I'm prepared for that, but it doesn't really matter. Akiya put up with it for 8 years. I'm her big brother, so I should be able to put up with it easily. Those 8 years. Since she was little, Akiya had to endure a very strict upbringing. Compared to that, my relatives disliking me really isn't that much. I see. Akiya-sama is really lucky, having a brother that thinks so much of her. I don't know. I don't think I'm a good brother to Akiya. Still smiling, she continues to giggle. Seeing her laugh so much makes me feel a little embarrassed. But that is strange. Thinking only of Akiya-sama and not thinking of yourself like that. Eh? You too have led a bad life. Being disinherited and sent away, there had to have been some hard times for you too. And when you finally start to really get along with the Arima family, you come back here. You were made to leave a normal family that suited you the most due to a mere whim of the Tono house. I don't even know how to respond. That morning 3 days ago, I remember the face of Keiko-san standing in the doorway as we parted. I didn't want to see that always steadfast person smile so sadly. Like Kohaku-san said, I felt a big part of me behind. I left a big part of me behind that was so attached to them when I left. Yeah, it's true. See, Shiki-san? Don't tell me that you never thought of that. No, that's something I shouldn't think about. Kohaku-san, where are you? Wanted to ask her why she was bringing all this up now. I wanted Kohaku-san, Akiya, and Hisui to think that I came back here because I wanted to. Shiki-san. I hear her voice. I can't ignore her voice, so I look up. You know it too. You would have been happier staying with the Arima family. That... But why is she... Why? Why? Why did you come back to the mansion now when there's only unhappiness waiting for you here? Why is she saying that with that almost crying face? Can't answer. I just stare at Kohaku-san as if I was in some sort of a trance. You're mean asking me to talk about such difficult things. I'm sorry. I guess I must be drunk as well. Saying such things, there must be something wrong with me. No, not at all. She's smiling. Smiling like that, it makes it seem like she didn't even ask me something so serious. Kohaku-san, about that subject earlier, isn't it natural for me to come back here to my own home? I couldn't leave Akiya all alone, and I couldn't burden the Arimas forever. So, that is your reason for coming back? Kohaku-san seems like she understands. But that is a lie. There's another reason, something more important than Akiya. The ribbon. Shiki-san? What is it? Oh, it's different, Kohaku-san. Really, there is another important reason. Really? Does that mean it is a secret? I don't know. It isn't that it's a secret, but it's an important memory I have that I don't want to talk about. I borrowed something when I left here, so I came back to return it. Oh my god, her expression. But it seems like Hisui doesn't remember it though. I get up from the chair. I've cooled down, so I'm going back to my room. Dude, I just told her he remembered. Raising a hand, I exit the courtyard. Kohaku-san just looks at me, dumbstruck, but not quite enough to hand it back to her there. Yeah, we're not quite there yet. But for a brief moment, she was ecstatic. And then realizing that he wasn't going to give it to her, that he hasn't truly realized. Back to her, back to a sad expression. But no, a sad expression on Kohaku. You're like, damn. I mean, it's not a surprise for us to know, but, for Shiki and for this early in the route, it's like, man. I collapse on the bed. It's probably the fault of the alcohol as I start to feel very sleepy. It's probably because I said those words to Kohaku-san. I start to think that the promise I made 8 years ago, about it. You can never come back to this mansion ever again. I still remember the time when my father said those words to me, my feelings as I left my room. That time when I realized that I would be all alone, just like I was before I met Sensei. Not being able to keep my promise with Sensei, I guess I became empty inside. That time, the girl I spoke with only once. That was my only saving grace. I don't know what kind of magic was in those words. Give it back, okay? Just those words. But to me, those words meant so much back then. I always thought those words were important. Well, it seems that Hisui forgot she ever said them, though. Oh well, it can't be helped. No, it can. It was just a promise we made as children. It is a shame, but it really can't be helped. 8 years is a long time. Actually, remembering a promise from your childhood is stranger than forgetting it, I suppose. Well, I should sleep. Taking a deep breath, I close my eyes. I sink into a deep sleep. I feel the heat in my body wakes, roasting. My throat is burning. My blood is evaporating. The roasting must be leaving scars all over. Roasting. I can't think clearly. I feel the dirty presence of someone else in my room. Oh God. Burning. I decide to leave my room. What the fuck? Whoa. Oh shit. Okay. Oh dear. Okay. Clock says it is past midnight. The burning won't stop. Confusion. Thump, thump. My heart pounds. Sexual excitement. The whole world pulsates in unison. Delusion. Burning. Crimson. Fuel tube. Exploding. Multiplying. The black wings of insects. It's as if my eyes, blood of mad desire, have a pulse. Type different death. I enter the darkness. My exploding heart scourges me forward. More and more. Thump, 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 thump. The beating that makes my existence pale in comparison. My heart doubles, burning my single body with their fierce pulsation. Now time to fulfill her wish. Oh God. And then there were the corpses of strangers in front of me. 1, 2, 3 people. I count aloud. I point out each one with my finger, my red finger. No, both of my hands seem painted red. Of course, there isn't any paint anywhere around me. Oh God. The only thing here is the flayed spaghetti with meat sauce, of course. What the fuck? Of 3 dead bodies. On the ground is my knife, engraved with Nanatsu Yoru. This means it doesn't even require thought. I did this. I mean, that's... yeah, I guess. Dude, don't do this dream shit to me again. Oh my God, I pick up my knife. I can't believe it, but what's done is done. Now that I realize that my once burning body has cooled down. Now that I'm done, I should go back to the mansion. Someone's coming. Someone comes down the pathway. Great. This place is already overflowing with spaghetti, and now I have to make some more meat sauce on top of that. I don't like this. I don't like that. The footsteps approach. Dark shadow becomes a little clearer. I grip my knife. That shadow enters the alley. Keen! Sound of metal clashing. I can't believe it. Without any indication at all, that shadow totally intercepted my attack. The enemy also uses a knife. Our attacks canceled each other's fatal strikes to the throat. Yo, that's surprising. Our voices overlap in the darkness. We both put away our knives at the same time. Didn't expect to see my kind here after coming back. It's my first time seeing a killer. Wait, what? He laughs as he says this. A pure laugh without any bad intentions. It's like the laugh of a boxer that finally cut weight and steps into the ring to face his greatest lifetime rival. Probably, I have the same smile on my face. Heh. He snorts as he turns around. We walk out to the main street. This looks like a good spot. Dude, are they just chilling now? Because I know Roashiki was given incorrect information about what Shiki looks like. But, this is weird. This looks like a good spot. It's a bit odd for two grown men to be standing about, isn't it? I sit down on the sidewalk. As if he just thought of something, he keeps walking to the vending machine. Hey, give me some money. I don't have any. Not exactly rich right now, but I give him the biggest coin I have. I always wanted to try this. He says this happily and buys 2 cans of coffee. Catch. Alright. I get the change and a can of coffee. He sits by my side and takes a drink out of the can. For some reason, I think this is all I've been doing all day. What is going on? Yuck. I don't think cigarettes and coffee are that great. I wonder why adults even drink these things. They're training their endurance. Being an adult is pretty hard work. Ah, I see. You're pretty smart. He chuckles, delighted. I take a drink as well. I can't help but agree with him. They must be awfully suicidal wanting to drink something that tastes like poison. Well, anyway, you're a pretty awful guy. How could you just suddenly strike at someone's throat like that? You want to talk? You were trying to kill me too. Is that so? Well, what's done is done. We're both alive, so we'll call it even. Oh, he's right. We both tried to kill each other, so even if one of us died, we'd still be even. As a competition, that sounds right. Even though he keeps saying it is disgusting, he keeps happily drinking the coffee. Well, this isn't bad once you get used to it. This feels like a get-together of bad boys kicked out of society. He says so, killing a smile. Really? Well, you want to smoke? We look more like the bad boys that way. Ah, I'll pass. They numb the brain. If you want to remain pure, you shouldn't take any poison. So says the guy drinking coffee. What's with you? You're pretty nitpicky for a killer. Humans eat poison every day, so isn't this alright? You have some tolerance against it too, right? He laughs loudly. I feel the exact same way, so I take another sip. What the fuck is going on? I speak with him for another hour. We ramble about nothing as we watch cars go by. The most pointless thing was probably our special powers. My eyes that can see death. His body that dies with great difficulty. Yep, alright. We begin by discussing their principles. I see. But does that mean you can kill the 5 senses? He says such nonsense. I can't do that. I can't kill something so vague that needs an expression to be understood. Not at all. Look, if you wanted to kill sight, kill the eyes. Hearing, kill the ears. I can do at least that much, but you're different. You can kill things without crushing them. The moment you see those lines, you can kill. Not the object, but its very meaning. That's why, something beyond the 5 senses like the 6th sense, spirit and emotion, you should be able to kill those things too. He did kill, like, Roa's soul within him that one route. Well, he has a point. My eyes themselves are an aberration. Using logic to understand them is a mistake from the start. Then can I kill that too? That apparition that I saw once in my childhood. Wait, what? Wait, is that Makihisa? That haunting thing called Crimson Red Vermilion. But that seems hard. If I do that, I don't know how much longer I could stay sane. Yeah, it's like trying to calculate as a god using the mind of a human. Wait. Is Shiki like subconsciously remembering shit again? You'd cripple yourself for sure. He says this as he walks toward the vending machine again. Hey, still looking at the vending machine, he holds his hand behind him towards me. I toss him a coin which he catches skillfully and uses to buy another can of coffee. After drinking this, he turns to me again. It really has been a long time since I talked to another person. That's really weird. That's strange. Were you stranded on an island somewhere? Huh? I'm still stranded on this island. Seems I'm out of alignment with society. They say someone who kills people for no reason is just crazy. There's really no way someone like me who's out of tune could have a conversation with someone in tune. We're out of tune. Yeah, it's not a matter of who's off tune.
Those out of tune with society are the ones out of tune.
Really? Maybe society is the one out of tune instead.
What do you mean by that?
Exactly what I said, dude. We're just waxing lyrical. Just... my god. Didn't you say that just now? It's like majority rule. The views of the minority that aren't the same as the views of the majority are said to be unusable and rejected. It doesn't matter who is right or wrong. If you don't fit in, you're left out, regardless of if you are right or wrong. The term out of tune doesn't follow universal rules.
Heh, so are you trying to say that killers like us aren't evil?
Who knows? I don't know about good or evil, but if you think about it logically, we aren't the ones out of tune. Let's see, how about using boxers as an example? Doesn't have to be boxers, but it is an easy example to understand.
Boxers, their job is to punch people. But not just to punch people. Painfully cut weight and train every day to skillfully punch people. To effectively punch others, to efficiently defeat others. They diligently work on it every day like sharpening a blade. What do you think of that?
Huh. There are people like that, and?
No, that's all. They just punch each other, but they don't kill their opponents. Sure, some could die from accidents, but it isn't considered murder. Isn't that incredible?
I mean, it's okay to kill?
No. You aren't supposed to kill, but you could.
Isn't that a huge contradiction?
That's not at all, because a boxer's fist is considered a weapon. They aren't allowed to fight outside the ring.
This is incredible.
They know a boxer's fist is a weapon, so why is there such a profession in the first place?
If it's a weapon that can kill, they should abolish it.
Killing is wrong. This world is full of tools to kill. Even the law allows it.
Yeah, but they say it's not alright to kill. This can only be considered chaos. If common sense is what is thought of as good by a majority of people, then we aren't out of tune. If there's anything out of tune, it's this world. All that said, I don't necessarily hate boxing. There are a lot of professions out there, but there aren't any others where you can be so stoic about your objectives. You strengthen yourself by cutting yourself off from all temptations. Humans are interested in strength they can easily comprehend. But competitions will never go away. Of all these competitions, the ones people like the most are where the contestants hurt each other. Admiration of the strong. A mindset that can only be drawn towards strength. That is probably a very healthy mind. As guys like him and I can only think of results, our colors might be similar, but our shapes should be completely different. Something you can concentrate on and forget yourself. It doesn't become an individual's free will. Those who worship education, those who immolate themselves in art, those who advance themselves in business. If an individual could decide that, then this world would be a pretty puzzle that can be understood. This puzzle is full of holes. Pieces are missing and a lot of pieces don't fit. I see. You like to talk a lot, don't you? I had a friend like that once. How do I say this? Though he didn't have anything. Just why he looked like he didn't want anything. To me, he seemed very isolated. Isolation is just another name for loneliness, right? That is why it bugged me. Didn't want anything. What about you? Is there something you want? I don't know. I think I used to, but I can't remember now. What about you? Everyone wants something, but I haven't found anything worth dreaming for. A fire within me that caused me to lose my mind. Tonight was maybe my first time feeling that. Haha. That means you're a killer too? I don't know. Can't be sure yet. What about you? Is killing fun? Are you stupid? If it was fun, I'd be doing it non-stop. There isn't any reason. Once you start, you just get hooked. I see. I think I understand a little bit. In other words, it's not a matter of liking or disliking the murder. It's a matter of when he does kill someone, whether he can devote himself to that action. It's probably the difference between being in or out of tune. This is the most Nasu-verse paragraph I've ever seen. Hey, didn't you ever take apart a radio when you were a kid? Radio? I never killed anyone like that. Oh my god. Right, thanks for being a moron. To be honest, that was a joke. Animate objects and inanimate objects are completely different. Maybe people like us should be doctors instead. A doctor? I hate medicine. You get a shot, don't you feel yourself getting diluted? It's like you're becoming a puppet, right? Yeah. Is that so? I have my own doctor, so I take medicine like it was nothing. Ah, it really was a lot of fun. He stands up, and with empty eyes, he looks down at me. Well, we don't need two of us in this town, right? Two lions in a cage this small won't be able to mark their own territory. He looks like he is going for his knife. The inorganic reek of murder. He really does want to fight to the death. You shouldn't, I say quite naturally. Why? Well, as a living creature, you're stronger than me, but if it's a fight to the death, I'm superior to you. He grinds his teeth. After a twitching smile, he laughs extremely loudly. What? Was it that funny, killer? The man continues to laugh. Just when I thought I'd just have to leave him, he stops laughing and looks at me. God, my throat is getting so dry. You're right, you know. Saying that, he starts to walk away. I guess this is a good opportunity. Now that someone like you is here, I should probably leave town. I don't really intend to take your place. No, it's useless. You got hooked tonight, right? And it'll be the same tomorrow. You won't be able to endure even for a day. Well, I hope we won't meet again. Yeah, me too. Raising a hand, he disappears. Hearing that we wouldn't meet again, I get a little sad. My feet, there are about 10 cans of coffee that he drank. In other words, he'll never pay me back. What a bizarre, cool scene. Wow. Alrighty then. I make it back to my room. It is almost dawn. That wasn't no mistake of dream illusion. Nah, that was like, we saw the blade of Nanatsu Yoru. I'm like, this is 100% Shiki. And then we ran into Roashiki and just chilled, drank coffee with him, because we don't know shit about each other at this point. They just recognized that something in each other, tried to kill each other, and then just let it go. But yeah, interesting. He said he would leave since he's here, because he knows that he's not going to be able to resist now. It's almost dawn. I should just forget everything and go to sleep. Alright. That is it for this session. Thank you so much for watching. Man, with Kohaku, it was pretty fucked, man. Just to see her get so excited over Shiki bringing up the promise, only for him to walk away and just not, fully realize. But we'll get there. We're gonna get there. But to see that extreme change in Kohaku's emotion was like, man, because her emotions, of course, are very strong. She conceals them under this persona that protects her from the pain, rightfully so. But man, it's just, we're gonna get there, man. We're gonna get there. That drinking sequence was so long. Akiya was just, we had quite a bit with Akiya, and how it led to the talk with Kohaku was pretty good. This scene we just went through though was crazy. That's really fucking cool that they did that. Shiki and Shiki chilling, like, before knowing a thing about each other. Recognizing the monstrosity in each other, but also, like, just letting it go, and just weird insanity. It could be misunderstanding or assuming too much there, but yeah, that was fucking awesome. That was great. So yeah, I think that's where I'm gonna leave it. So next time we'll be getting more. The next chapter is called Kane, so yeah, we'll see. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. Once again, if you're seeing this on YouTube and you want early access to the next couple parts of my playthrough, because they are posted. If you are seeing this publicly on YouTube, check out my Patreon in the description for $5, $5. You can get immediate early access to that. And every other series I do early access for everything on my channel, including gaming stuff. I post every day. So if you want to check that out, I appreciate it. But otherwise, once again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.